All right, so now we're on the tutorial for the bench press. This is every man's favorite, even very few men do it correctly. My favorite is actually coaching women on bench press because I've noticed women are more technically sound. You correct technique once or twice and after that they're good to go. But, so this is about a quarter of your upper body strength is going to be on bench press. And once again, because the body is a unit, a lot of times you're thinking bench press, yeah, it's gonna be my arms, my chest. Very little of it is actually in your arms and in your chest. A lot of your bench press is gonna be in your legs because this is called a closed circuit exercise. So by a closed circuit, your circuit of your body is closed by the ground, kind of like, think of wiring. So your feet are on the ground and then your energy is gonna be coming from your ankles all the way up and you're using that to propel the weight. So get your bar, get your setup right. Make sure your bench is good to go. Now, I'm gonna try and tighten my shirt. Let me do this. So if you notice my back, I maintain my natural curvature. So you can actually see through here. I maintain my curvature in my spine. And if you direct your attention to where my feet are placed, it's just slightly behind to where I can push up without taking my backside off the bench. Because once this happens, it's no longer bench press. So make sure your bar is at the point of the rack where it can't roll. Fingers, depending on how tall you are, I go for the knurling on the bar, middle finger, or the ring finger. Now, point of interest, here or here, point of interest. The closer you get, the more of it's going to be tricep. So I like to do the middle fingers because it's going to be equally tricep and chest. And then dig your shoulder blades in. Almost think about getting your shoulder blades into your back pocket. And then you take your breaths. Once a good one in, keeping your core rigid, keeping your shoulder blades pinched together, your back tight. Okay. Get your setup. Now you want this bar to be over your nipples. Not over your neck, not over your face, but over your nipples. If you look at my fists, once again, like I spoke about, locked grip, and my wrists are directly straight. They're not rolled back. It's turning my hands into one unit, so my hands and wrist and elbow are all working in synergy. And inhale in, slow and controlled down to the nipple, touch the chest, but don't let it just get loose. And fire it up. So. And if you watch my lower extremity, direct the camera to my legs. If you notice that I'm pushing my feet into the ground to generate that energy. And that is a bench press. The most important part, keeping your back tight. Because once you lose your back, you've lost the lift. I don't care if it's just a bar, you will not get that thing up. Is, once again, your body is a unit. It's not a shoulder, it's not a chest, it's not an arm, it's the body.
I like how Coach Hurd, you talked about, using your legs, and it completes the circuitry, so to speak, so that your whole body is firing together. Because the bench press, we want to call it an isolation of just the chest, shoulders, and triceps, but really it's using your whole body. And the foot component. Some people put their feet up on the bench. Maybe some people are afraid of that they can only do the bench with the spine perfectly straight, but it's actually better for you to have that natural curve in your lumbar. And so, work on that, right?
Yes, definitely. I call it the rainbow bridge of that lordotic spine, that right there in that low back. So what that does is actually, believe it or not, it protects your spine. Because now your shoulder blades are dug in, right? And your hips are dug in. You don't need to be a contractor to know an arch is better than a flat bridge. Arches last for decades, eons, millennia. Name a flat bridge that has been around since the 1400s. We got arches from the Colosseums.
It's natural physics.
Yeah, it's like physics is everything. Weightlifting is not about muscle. It's physics, not muscle. So once you learn technique and get the physics of it and get your Newton on, you're going to be moving more weight, and it's not even going to be strength. a lot of times you'll see guys, and I've literally seen guys go in and lifting 50 pounds more in one session, and it's not strength, they just correct your technique. So, yeah, come on in.
Awesome.
Get that direction.
Thanks, Coach.
Not a problem, sir.